Hey. Alive and alert on the north side of that dirt. It's your man D Real coming at you live in a physics. 2025 is here. I still don't have my Jetsons car. Okay, well, I guess we are going to have to make do without the Jetsons car. What up? Rock with me, nation. It's your man D Real here for you. Thursday live, kicking it. First live of 2025. I like saying that. I liked typing it too. That was fun. First live of 2025. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to show you some things. We're going to find out what D Real is been up to for the holidays. I Kwanzaa mostly, but we got time in to do the traditional kinds of things. How was your holiday? How was your New Year's Eve? How was your New Year's Day? Did you eat your collard greens and your black-eyed peas? Did you watch bowl games? Of course you did, because that's traditionally what we do here in America. That's how we, quote unquote, celebrate New Year's Day. New Year's Eve, we already know how we celebrate New Year's Eve. So it is what it is, y'all. Groovy is in the building. What's up, sir? He says greetings, salutations, ever lovely, ever talented Grand Madam Tarot. Hello, greetings and salutations to your sister. Glad you could make it here. Happy New Year to you. My man Gray in the building. What up, Gray? Black Panther in the building. You are going to be excited about the game we're going to play today. And of course, Mario King, President, Black Panther Fan Group. Good afternoon, Mr. President. Professor, the film fan in the building. How you doing, sir? Happy New Year to one. Happy New Year to all. And Habar Ghani, if I didn't say it. Because it's that time of year to be saying it. And so I said it. There, we're done now. Done with the greetings and salutations, not done with what I'm gonna be talking about today. I'm gonna be talking about a few things today. And like I always do, I'm gonna show you where things intersect, appear to be intersecting, or been intersecting. It's edutainment. That's what I do. First things first. First things first. Let me get this out of the way so that y'all don't have to deal with it. Hey, yeah, that's us. Number one seed in AFC. So we got one game and a championship to go. Turning up that DNA, getting that rest. So everything fell in place really perfectly. Don't look to see nothing crazy happening with Denver. If it does, it's going to be a shocker-rooney. You know what I mean? If something happens with Denver, it is definitely going to be a shocker. Now, that being said, Patrick Mahomes will not be playing in that game. Probably not Travis Kelce, and probably not a couple of other of our starters. Guess what effect that has on our number one seed? None whatsoever. So I like having the luxury of my squad being able to play a game with zero consequences just for the fun of it. Nico Remigio. Remember that name. I suspect that the boy is going to go off. That's just me. But, y'all do call me prophet. So, pay a little attention. I've watched the man in preseason. I've watched him, in the time he has got in. But, with names like D-Hop and Worthy and Juju and Kelsey, he don't get too much time to shine in the wide receiver setup. And he's undersized for a receiver. So it's gonna have to be about speed, and the boy can't get up and get out. He can pick him up and put him down. So I am not terribly worried on that score. By the way, why am I showing Chiefs material? Because, well, besides being a super duper Chiefs booster, I was born and raised in Kansas City. So who better to tell you about the Chiefs than a local? You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to my man Cole. And how about those Chiefs? I got a video trending right now about the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Schedules, strength of schedules, and excuses and things of that nature. And it is over 1,500, if I think 1,500 views. The Chiefs Kingdom showed up big for me on that video. So shout out to the nation helping that video go where it needed to go. And I'm thrilled about that. Here y'all are in the comments again. I want to make sure that I do not omit hearing anything significant. Oh man, great. What up? My brother Theo is in the building. Take note, we will be rocking it out tomorrow night for Friday vibing. We will definitely be vibing. I didn't get my comic books today, so unfortunately, I cannot give y'all the what up and the 411 on my local pools. But I will go pick them up tomorrow for sure, and I will get that to y'all, and we will chit chat about that. I'm so fancy. Okay, y'all are pulling up. But Mummy D Steezel. Sup, my guy, in the building, in the busy. Okay, y'all. It look like y'all showed up for your mans in there. Y'all showed up for your mans in there. Okay. Let's get the sad shit out of the way so that the rest of the way we trudging there in a happy manner. So there's what I'm doing right now. Let me oof. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna talk about real quick this New Orleans truck attack. The man's name is Shamsud Din Jabbar. And for those of you that don't know, he plowed a truck about 3 blocks down Bourbon and killed 15 people and injured about 35 others. And he said he was diggity down with ISIS, hopped out the car after that with an assault rifle, got into a shootout with police, and was subsequently killed. Now, don't let the name fool you. Also, don't let this fool you. That is a picture of Shamsud Din Jabbar. Look like a pretty Ricky, don't he? No, he's not a pretty Ricky. There are other pictures of the man, and he's got the full thick beard, and he is clearly down with some foreign powers, but he himself is not foreign. And I say that because I saw somewhere on television where Donald Trump issued a statement saying, I was telling y'all about the level of terrorism in this country by foreign terrorists and blah, 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 but y'all didn't listen to me. But now you see that I was right. All right. Now, unless this journalist is lying, or like, folks over there in that faction like to say fake news, it says the suspect, Shamsu Din Jabbar, an Army veteran and U.S. born citizen who lived in Houston, died in the attack. Okay, so domestic terrorists. See, when you give out false facts or you skew facts, you can stir people into a tizzy. And that's what's happening with this situation. Okay. Man from Houston. He might have converted to something, but I mean, so it wasn't like no. I would have been quicker to say traitor. You know what I'm saying? I would have been quicker to say something like that because you served in the military and you took that pledge and you said you would defend this country from all enemies, foreign and domestic, and you became that domestic enemy. That's paramount to lying, ain't it? Pinky up. Anyway, now just hold on to that, and now I'm gonna swing you in the other direction, where we saw a highly decorated U.S. Army soldier. I'm gonna say that again. A highly decorated U.S. Army soldier inside of a Tesla Cybertruck that burst into flames outside of President-elect Donald Trump's Las Vegas hotel, shot himself in the head before the explosion and likely planned to cause more damage, but the steel-sided vehicle absorbed much of the force from the rudimentary explosive. So, these two acts were perpetrated. Okay, if you want to look at it as terrorists, okay, sure. But those acts were also perpetrated by military veterans. Question: how nice are veterans being treated right now? And is there more niceness for veterans on the horizon? Let me first and foremost say I grieve for the lives that were lost in New Orleans. But until we wake up and smell some coffee, y'all know this is going to keep happening. Because we focus too much on problems and not solutions. It's like I tell you all the time, I'm a solution-oriented type of person. I don't want to sit around talking about you did this, you did this, that happened, that happened. F that. What we gonna do about it? Otherwise, it's gonna keep happening. Makes sense? And like I said, by no means do I want to downplay the tragedy of that. Lives taken is never anything. And I know I giggled, but I mean, I didn't giggle because I found it humorous. I giggled because it's like, make that shit make sense. We know these men, both of these men were born in the United States of America. You can be born in the United States of America and still be a terrorist. Kyle Rittenhouse. George Zimmerman. You can still be a terrorist. You know what I'm saying? But don't push no narratives that aren't accurate. I guess that's what I'm saying. Don't push a narrative and say, oh, it's this foreign terrorism. Yeah, he pledged himself to ISIS. Our president loves the dirty draws of the Korean dictator and Russian dictator. Does that make him a Korean Russian dick writer dictator or dictator dick writer? I mean, I probably shouldn't have said that. I'll probably catch a wreck for that, but fuck it. It's 2025. Where's my Jetsons car? Y'all making Teslas that blow up. Where my car that fly and I could shoot my family out of a chute and let them fly down to wherever they going, like the mall and school and stuff. That would be cool. But we too busy making Teslas that blow up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. And thank you. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you and thank you. Hey Keita, hi. I wanted to acknowledge you because sometimes I feel like Keita will say hi to me in the comments and then people just start bombing and Keita get glazed over. So Keita, it's all for you. There. How you doing, Keita? So you can't say I didn't address you directly. I want you to feel especial. There you go. Say, sup, Grio, slaying mantlers on the daily. Yeah, yeah, get them. Please win. I would really love to know. I want to hear your insights on that, Grand Madam. So, yeah, I got my notifications on. I will be looking for that one. Yeah, all day. They was both American. They was both from America. So when you say terrorist, put domestic on the front. Okay. See, that's that man trying to push an agenda. Oh, I told y'all it was all kind of terrorists in this country. Yeah, they was born here. You screaming about terrorists outside of this country. What about the terrorists within? Why do we not address those fucking terrorists? Like that guy that went ham in Vegas with the assault rifle shooting down at the concert. Why ain't going ham? Why we ain't going ham about that? Well, in Buffalo, the guy walking up in the that's terrorism. That's domestic terrorism. But we call those shootings. See what I'm saying? It's a lot in words. And I think in 2025, what I want to help everybody learn to do better is recognize the words beneath other words. Because that is what certain people, I ain't going to say no names, but their initials are DJT, are good for doing. Deflecting and not answering questions and you know what I mean? So and being focused on pushing what they believe, regardless of whether it's the truth or not. So I don't want this to go from a tragic shooting to a geopolitical conversation. So I'm gonna try to keep it. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh, it's separating. Self-stirring. You gotta get you one. It's just like a heated steering wheel. Once you get one, you like, oh, I got to have one. It's Max of Manchurian candidate. I hadn't thought about that, Grand Madam. That is an interesting idea. Ooh. Yes, the evil spells that he weaves with. And that's what I'm saying. It's like it seems like every time he's talking, he's saying something divisive, and that bothers me. And then it's people that listen and heed. So Okay, it's good if that's what you want to do. These Caesar said where he lived, a 15-year-old girl shot her school up and killed herself. And that's my whole point, D. This shit finna get way more prevalent. And that's what a lot of people ain't understanding. That's what the powers that be that thinks everything's wonderful, everything's great. The powers that be are going to get a lot more people killed because they going problem. We have a problem. You the person that got the power to make a solution instead of being, you know what I'm saying, all dictatory, you know, do something, you know, to endear people to you who aren't endeared to you. There's a challenge right there. But no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to keep on, you know, being divisive. You can't make the country great or make the country great again. I don't remember when you're being divisive. Being divisive ain't help nobody do nothing except be divisive. I'm just saying, man. There's no future. There's no advantage in sowing. You know what I mean? In sowing division. I don't like the sow division. And unless there's a reason and we saying we drawing a line in the sand and this is where we at and we don't care what you're doing. That's different. But when you just like, oh, that's not solving anything. Not solving anything at all. He's a theist. Okay, gotcha. Because of his complexion. Yeah. The darker the individual, the guiltier they appear to be to palm colored people. Yeah, because right away, oh yeah, he did it. He had to do it. So yeah, I get it. 100. What we talking about? How we feeling about this? Go ahead, sound off. Express yourself. Do that. America is that scene in A Quiet Place when those creatures first drop out of the sky. Folks are slow to accept what was happening, and when they did, it was far too late. While it saddens my heart to agree with you, Kamoyo, I am sadly forced to agree because we're incredibly oblivious right now. And I don't want to piss on nobody's parade, or you know, if you came in here for that, and I'm really not, you know, gonna go down the rabbit hole, I promise. But what Lawrence Fishburne say in School Days? Wake up, man. Stop drinking the bullshit elixir. Okay, it is really easy to see. You know what I mean? And folks don't really, they either don't care for that, they either don't want to accept it, or there's something in the back of their brain that's just going cognitive dissonance. And it just, you know, you can look at one thing and see it as plain as the nose on your face, but then look at another thing and be like, I don't agree, you know. And while that is everybody's God-given right to be oblivious to facts, it doesn't help us overall. It doesn't help us on the whole. It doesn't help us to be great. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about being great, and I can't wait to get into an argument with some people that be talking that make America when give me a specific time frame chronologically. When? From 1920 to 1930? Oh, no, that damn sure wasn't it. From 1930 to 1940? No. 1950 to 1960? Hell no. 1960 to 1970? 1970 to 1980? No. When? See, we all know what that's about. That's not about when America was great for everyone. Ooh, D-Rail, why are you creating such divisive statements? Because sometimes, and here's my question: when it goes down, people who are so-called allies, are y'all gonna be allies, or are y'all gonna be like, oh my goodness, I guess I better go back in the corner and stay on the team I'm supposed to be on, because some people have difficulty processing Caucasian trauma. Just they have trouble processing it. It is what it is. Mr. Ray Smith. Hey, Mr. Smith, Mr. Smith, Mr. Smith, Mr. Smith in the building. I know y'all done already said what's up. Happy New Year to you, my brother. Happy New Year to you. And many, many, many more. Many, many, many more. Many more. So, Mr. Smith, for your benefit, because you the OG up in here, we were just talking about the tragedy that occurred in New Orleans and the tragedy that occurred in Las Vegas, and how both of the individuals who precipitated said tragedies were U.S. Army veterans. And not terrorists like not those kind of terrorists. Terrorists from Houston. See what I'm saying? But but we pushing this narrative of terrorism, So we want the United States to be a xenophobic country. And if the United States ever becomes a xenophobic country, that's going to be terrible for a whole bunch of people. But you know what? Let me breathe. Let me clear my throat, as DJ Cool used to say. And get back in to some stuff that's going to be fun. Because this is the first live of 2025. And I'm doing my thing. Watch your brother swiggity swang. Y'all want to play a game real quick? Well, it might not be real quick, but for those of you who remember war games, shall we play a game? Yes. This game is called Is That T'Challa? Now, I know a lot of you are saying, D, this is going to be brutally easy. Yeah, it is going to be brutally easy, but it will shock you how many people understand, or excuse me, don't understand that words beneath words create problems. And this is why I want y'all to be aware of words beneath words. Words beneath words are also a reason why I deal with anti-recasters and trolls very succinctly. Because if the words beneath the words create a certain connotation and you don't see the connotation, and you do something like, leave a comment on your page, which you should do, because when you think about it, damn, man, I getting paid for that. So yeah, you leave it on there, but letters create words. And in order to create words from letters, you have to do some spelling. See where I'm at? And the good book even say, the power of life and death is contained where? Eat what you rot. Huh. Yeah, absolutely. So that being said, What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an image. And all I need you to do in the comments is say, that's T'Challa, or that ain't T'Challa, or who that is in that image. Sounds simple enough? What's the purpose of this, D? It sounds way too simple. It is way too simple, but it has a... I'm going to just show you. Here we go. Here's an example. Now remember your part in this. What's your part in this? Spell work. Yeah, Grand Madam, only one picked it up. Yeah. Words have power. You know what I'm saying? So you need to really be cognizant of how you're wielding them and how they're being wielded against you. You feel me? Okay, so like I said, just gonna show you an image, and you're gonna say in the comments whether or not that's T'Challa. Simple enough? Okay, here's a freebie. Here we go. Is that T'Challa? Front and center in that image by Alex Ross. Is that, walking away from the Avengers, is that T'Challa? Yes, that is T'Challa. Though it is a T'Challa that we are not very fond of and did not really possess the qualities we like to see as fans of the Black Panther, T'Challa, yeah, just like Gray said, unfortunately, yes, that is T'Challa. Okay, now as we accumulate, you're going to see patterns. And I may be so bold as to point those patterns out to you. All right, ready? Here we go. Wait a minute. Let me take this comment down. All right, now here we go. Is that T'Challa? Front and center on that image. Is that T'Challa? Give y'all a couple seconds to mull it over, to think about it, thinking about it. Okay, y'all answering fast. Look at that. Okay, boom. Hero walking away from his team is a classic cover trope. Right. Paul Martin says, no, that is not T'Challa. Black Panther says no. Gray says no. Grand Madam says no. No, the answer that is correct. No, that is not T'Challa. If I'm not mistaken, that is Josiah X, the son of Isaiah Bradley, as seen in The Crew. I might get that story just because I like him. I like him as a character, and we don't see enough of him. Okay. Is that T'Challa? Is that T'Challa right there? Just at your leisure, chime in. Is that T'Challa? Is that an image of T'Challa? Is that a picture of T'Challa? We don't see the pattern starting to form yet. That's okay. This is going to be an exercise in programming, gang. I love the responses. Graham Adams said, my next hairstyle. Paul Martin said, who's that lady? Shame on you, Paul Martin. Black Panther said, no, that is not the child. And Grace said, nah, that's Eve Ewing, right? Yes, that is Professor Eve L. Ewing, who in recent years, had a most excellent run on the Black Panther supposed to be ongoing series, but it didn't go nowhere. And I would not have any problems whatsoever with Miss Eve doing a book Black Panther related again. She is currently on one of the X-Men books, if I am not mistaken. I think her talents are being squandered there, but I'm sure she will do great over there too, just like she did for us. Eve is Eve is quite the cutie. Next image. Is that T'Challa? Is that T'Challa? Oh my goodness. Whoever is that dashing fellow? Is that T'Challa? He certainly has similar gear. He's got a nice shirt like T'Challa wears. Is that T'Challa? Nobody? Nobody. What it was? Did I throw y'all off a bit? Black Panther said maybe. Yeah, I would definitely need some heart shaped herb. The knees ain't what they used to be. D just laughing. Grand Madam Terrell said, no, that's D real. Very matter of factly, too, I might add. I was actually at a Wakanda ball when I was wearing that. So, no, not T'Challa, but definitely represent. Yes, D-Real, yes. Clean outfit. Yes, Professor. I got quite a few compliments on it. I was in there. Yeah, I was in there. They had some good food there too, I must add. Yes, he is an alternate head sculpt. No, that's Toussaint. Ooh, I don't like that comment, Mr. Librarian. If you were here, I would karate chop you. That's a Christopher Priest variant. Ooh. Okay. Kind words aside, yeah, no, that's not T'Challa. That's just little old me. Like I said, at the Wakanda ball. See what I did there? Okay. Is that T'Challa? Is that T'Challa? Is that T'Challa? Take a real good look. Oh, ain't nobody saying nothing. Ain't nobody. Y'all, what y'all? You're not sure? Oh, let's see. Okay, they pumping it in. They pumping it in. Okay. I know you really dig Priest era shaved head T'Challa. Yes, I do. Grand Madam said that's Chadwick. Um, Black Panther with the cryptic answer in spirit only. Okay, Ray Smith said Chadwick. D. Steezer said no, that's Chadwick Boseman. And Grand Madam said that's Chadwick wearing T'Challa's tux. Moyo said that's Chadwick who played T'Challa. Paul Martin went left field, said it's James Brown. That's the late, great Chadwick Boseman who played T'Challa in the MCU. R.I.P. D. Steezel said he get where I'm going with this now. Okay. 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 Oh, a Nancy. If this were Jeopardy, and that was is this T'Challa for 1,000? You'd have lost $1,000. That is the actor who played T'Challa, but that is not T'Challa. How often do I have to iterate this in video after video? Chadwick Boseman is not the Black Panther. He is the actor who played him. And I get what you mean, but like I said, words underneath words. So yeah, we gotta be succinct. We gotta be direct. We had the same outfit. Okay. Okay. So now we understand. All right. Next image. Is that T'Challa? Is that an image of T'Challa? Anybody? I like what Paul Martin said in regard to that. That would be like saying Billy D. Williams is only Gale Sayers. Good point. Because Gale Sayers is not the only role Billy D. Williams played. Okay. Come on, yo. He said, Theo, you the other variant head sculpt, even though superheroes can't be light skinned. Gray said, no, that is not T'Challa. Black Panther says, no, that is not T'Challa. Grand Madam said, if that is T'Challa, then he got a hell of a secret. Caballo said, no, that's delicious. Ooh, indeed. D. Stevenson said that's a fly piece of thickness. Paul Martin said, damn, who is she and is she single? I do not think Samantha Irvin is single. Samantha Irvin is she's one of the former, well, she's a former announcer at WWE. I don't know if she married, but she got a child. No, she's engaged. Sorry, should have shot your shot sooner, Paul Martin. Yeah, I read it just before you put that comment up, Professor. But yeah, that is Samantha Irvin. So no, not a T'Challa. Okay. Is T'Challa in that image? Is that T'Challa? Take your time, ladies and gentlemen, and look at that image carefully. Is that T'Challa? Y'all sound like y'all mad that she with Ricochet. How Ricochet pull that? Y'all might want to ask Ricochet. These Diesel say, yes, that is T'Challa. Gray says, yes, that is T'Challa. Black Panther say, yes. Did that help any, Grand Madam? Can you see it better now? Dang, your computer is freezing up and changing videos. I don't know what to tell you about that, babe. Yeah, recreating FF number 52, the first ever appearance of T'Challa, the Black Panther. Okay. Dan Slott era costumes. Yeah. 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 Yeah, it is, huh? I guess so. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be a great one. Can't wait to do this one. Is that T'Challa? Is that T'Challa? Oh my goodness. It would be nice if there was T'Challa and T'Challa, had a wee baby that he could call his own in the 616 continuity, but I guess, only Caucasian families are eligible to have children that they can love and hug on. He said, no, that's you. Y'all got some responses. Paul Martin said, no, that's you. Grand Madam simply said no. And no. He said, what in the Eddie Murphy Raw? Luke has Danielle. Shit, I wish. Anansi. Oh, hello, Anansi. Anansi said that's D-Real from yesterday. You are absolutely right. That is D-Real from 2000. Yeah. 2000. 99. 2000. 2000. Yeah. Say that daddy real. Yeah. She's so precious. Yeah, she's damn. Her birthday is in 2 days. Yeah, that's what she was out with, baby. She's like 20. She's turning 20. 26. No, 27. Should be 27. Saturday. They looked like a cool brother with an adorable kid. She was an adorable kid till she learned how to talk. Then she started talking shit. I love that baby. That's my baby. That's my baby. Is that T'Challa? Is that T'Challa right there? Is that it says Black Panther at the bottom of the page? So that for us simple-minded folk, is that T'Challa? He's got claws. He's black. He's a panther, mostly. Yeah. Black Panther said, no, no, no. Caesar said, nope. Anansi said, nope. That's one of T'Challa's ancestors. Gamoyo called out specifically which one it was. And we got more no and more ancestor from Paul Martin, Black Panther, Okita, and Gray. Yes, that is Mosi. No, Bashinga, or is it Mosey? Did I spell that right? Which which one, Mosey or Bashinga? They're both spelled right, Grand Madam. I'm just giving you a hard time. Yes, that is Mosi. Interesting side note, that particular Mosi was a member of the BC, or that particular Panther was a member of the BC Avengers. Have we ever seen the BC Avengers before? If we haven't, shame on you. You need to pick that book up and read about the BC Avengers. Now, what else do we have here? I got one or two more images before we call it. Or before I summarize. Is that T'Challa? Is that T'Challa? She's black. She looks like royalty. Is that T'Challa? Is that the Black Panther? She's thick in the thigh and hip region. That's favorable. Now, I know because we're having fun because we the Rock With Me Nation and anything T'Challa related is fun to us. But there are a lot of people that may, in theory, not find this little game engaging. Okay. Oh, where is that BC Avengers wave? Bruh, you and me both. When we gonna get some BC Avengers action moon figure? Oh, that's right. They ain't giving us nothing in 2025. Oh, but will you have some of the other Avengers ready yet? Most likely, nah. But they dropped the ball on that. We could have long since had like an official BC Avengers figures type thing going down. But you know what I'm saying? Some people want to be spicy. Come on, you said not the T'Challa, but stacked like pancakes. thick like syrup in the refrigerator. Gotcha. Is that T'Challa? He's black. He looks tribal. Not in an African way, but he looks tribal. Is that T'Challa? Don't. And it's the last one, by the way. So, and then as I summarize, y'all gonna be like, "Wow, D, you are definitely, you are definitely in there like swimwear." Okay. So how we feeling about that right there? That he big, he buff. He's a lycanthrope. Grace said, hell no. No. Nope. No, but intriguing. This looks like D&D. Not D&D, D, but D Ablo, as in 4. That is a character that I actually created while playing Diablo 4. Grand Madam said no. I almost choked on my potato chips. Glad we can help. I need you around though, babe. Don't choke. Don't choke yourself. Brother got antlers. Yes, he does, because he is a druid. He is a druid who wields natural magic, elemental magic, and like transformative magic. He can either turn himself into a werewolf or a werebear, and they can be like lightning charged. So yeah. Now, for the summary, and you're going to thank me for this part. Okay. How many of those images did you recognize immediately as Black Panther T'Challa? All of the ones that were T'Challa? Or were there some where you said, I'm not 100% sure if that's T'Challa? Now, did I give you a cinematic version of T'Challa? I don't think I did. I don't think I put a cinematic version of T'Challa up. And if I did put a cinematic version of T'Challa up, you would recognize it, right? Right? So where's am I going with this? I need folks to understand something. And this is what I need y'all to understand. There is a tremendous difference between T'Challa the Black Panther, T'Challa the Black Panther cinematically, and varying versions of the Black Panther. Does that make sense? And the reason I'm saying it is because I see no end of conversations where people are talking about what they think they know about T'Challa and what they think they know about the Black Panther. Bottom line, they don't know nothing. You know what I mean? You know nothing of the character. You can't tell Silver Age Black Panther or even recognize him from Christopher Priest era Black Panther, from Eve Ewing era Black Panther, from cinematic Black Panther, from animated Black Panther, from video game Black Panther. Do y'all realize those are separate continuities, universes, realities with their own specific T'Challas? So what is indicative of one T'Challa may not be so with another. And just because they're all T'Challa doesn't mean they're all T'Challa. The ones that are T'Challa are, but the ones that aren't are too. It's just the T'Challa you're used to, not the T'Challa somebody who found out about the Black Panther in 2016 knows and loves. It's the same thing with that Jon Stewart thing. Okay, when you say Jon Stewart, to me, I immediately think about his first appearance in Green Lantern. I immediately think about the Mosaic run. I immediately think about him accidentally obliterating a planet, or his arrogance allowing him to obliterate a planet, because that's Jon Stewart stuff. And I am of a different generation, so Justice League comes to mind eventually. But my first thought ain't, oh, that's Jon Stewart from Justice League kissing on Shira. That's generational. Now, while my version, the version I recognize and acknowledge as Jon Stewart, is the prototype, a lot of people don't have that background, that history of Jon Stewart. Same way with T'Challa. And that's why we see so much nastiness on X. Educate. Our goal should be to educate, not eviscerate. Well, I mean, if they're rude and disrespectful, yeah, but the goal should be to educate. And when the goal is to educate and people still acting an ass, you know they just there to act an ass. And then that's not somebody you want to waste your energy on. So knowing the difference and acknowledging the difference between T'Challa, seeing the nuances, knowing that T'Challa from the 616 universe don't have the knowledge, the expertise, the suave debonair of 616 T'Challa. I mean, then you got the MC2 T'Challa, who's a Were-Panther. You got Kashumba, who's not T'Challa, but is still a Black Panther, and people might see images of him and think that's the Black Panther. No, it's a Black Panther. And the only way you're going to know the difference between the Panthers and the nuances of them is to read comics. If you don't read comics, you're going to have what all of these people out on X have, what somebody else said in the movies. You're going to get no knowledge for yourself. Knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. That ain't no lie. It reigns supreme over dummies, especially. Let me See what y'all talking about. See? She knows I didn't put up a picture of cinematic T'Challa because she knows T'Challa. Not just T'Challa as played by Chadwick Boseman, not just T'Challa as voiced by Keith David in the Fantastic Four cartoon from 1995. And not the actor who voices T'Challa in Avengers Earth Mightiest and Avengers Assemble. Not Jaimin Hansu, who voiced T'Challa in the BET Black Panther series. They're all Black Panther, but they're different Black Panthers. They're different imaginings of Black Panthers. They're Reginald Hudlin's Black Panther. They're Christopher Priest's Black Panther. Eve Ewing's Black Panther. Cheryl Eaton's Black Panther. Don McGregor's Black Panther. You got to know them nuances. You don't come in talking about Superman just knowing the current Superman. You don't come in and talk about Superman just because you've seen him in a movie. Oh, yeah, he can take his ass off and throw it and make a net. That's a continuity. That's the Christopher Reeve Superman. But there are a lot of things that pre-crisis Superman could do that Christopher Reeve never did. Knowing the difference. And people always tend to get into an argument about a specific type. And those are the ones don't know their stuff. And the way you shut them down is you simply say something like, talk to me about a composite version of T'Challa. Do they even know what that is? That means you take all of the appearances, the abilities, the nuances, all of that, and make a T'Challa. What would that T'Challa be like? I didn't break out Star Panther T'Challa. Whole nother T'Challa. But people wouldn't make that connection again if your first interaction with T'Challa was in 2016 in Captain America Civil War. Words underneath words. Do you read comics? I think Theo did a post on X and I glazed over that. Now, do you read comics? That's what stands out to me. If we are in a conversation about a comic book character, don't you owe it to yourself to go, I need to find out a little bit more about that character. When I see stuff like that, I see a character to me that's interesting and I want to learn more about him. I ain't know John Wick was in a comic book. All I knew was John Wick was tearing people's asses up in movies. Read. Do some read. And you ain't got to sit down and read 20, 30 volumes. Just understand there's a lot more going on besides Chadwick Boseman's rendition of T'Challa. Think they were James Bond, man. Daniel Craig wasn't the first James Bond. Pierce Brosnan wasn't the first James Bond. There might be them James Bonds that people like, but know the score. Let's see what y'all talking about, because y'all talking a lot. Kamoyo, rather succinct. These Steezer said no actor is a fictional character. It is to others, but never to me. Me neither, D. Okay, I can't. Robert Townsend is not Meteor Man. Great as Ryan Reynolds played him, Ryan Reynolds is not Deadpool. Hugh Jackman is not Wolverine. That's the connection. That's why it's so difficult for us. We got to go through all this back and forth and fight and argue with people about T'Challa to acknowledge, okay, there was an injustice done, regardless of the intent behind it. Emotional. Done in seconds. Steve Steezer said he immediately thinks of the comic John. Grand Madam said that Were-Panther T'Challa is cringe. Kamoya said most times we give them information, especially Buckmeister and Theo. Some change course and learn, but too many lead with stupidity as a response to knowledge freely given in the spirit of educating. Every moment is a teaching one. Okay? And regardless of whether or not you want to acquiesce to the knowledge that's being presented to you, you're going to gain some knowledge one way or another. Choosing not to accept knowledge gains you a semblance of knowledge. Because as they say, knowing that you know nothing is the beginning of knowledge. Poke Rocker. Evening to you too, sir. Nicolas Cage Superman. Yeah. Unless you're a Snyderbot, Henry Cavill is the only Superman. I don't agree with that statement. Christopher Reeve is. I love Henry Cavill. That being said, I absolutely love Henry Cavill as Superman, and I wish he would stay Superman or would have stayed Superman. But I guess when we finally get a new T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman for the Black Panther will hold the position that Christopher Reeve holds in regards to Superman, if that makes sense. He'll be elevated to like him. Not that he's not him, but you understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? When we think about Superman, man, hey, Christopher Reeve did that. Christopher Reeve did that and was still doing that until Henry Cavill. And there was how many Supermans after him? You had Smallville Superman, you had Lois and Clark Superman, you had Superman Returns. Christopher Reeve was still that Superman then. Yeah, don't know what old girl was thinking. Chilling, hope all's well for y'all. Saw this pop up for me. Sounding cool so far. I know nothing about T'Challa and Black Panther besides the movies. Boom! Perfect jumping on point. Poke, perfect jumping on point. I have a plethora of videos on this page that you can peruse to learn more about T'Challa, the Black Panther. I would suggest Panther's Rage. I did a video series on Panther's Rage. Panther's Rage is probably one of the first ongoing stories of its kind in comics, where I think there were like 21 chapters in Panther's Rage. And then there was Panther's Quest, where he went to rescue his stepmother from apartheid folks. Takes place around 88, 89, where that was prevalent. There's also a Black Panther miniseries from around that same time frame too, where T'Challa takes on a Justice League racist apartheid knockoff team called the Supremacists. And he did it in one issue. Yeah, that's what Theo said. We do learn from one another. There might be something you do know we don't. Facts. Just like I said earlier, knowing that you know nothing is the beginning of knowledge. Knowing that you know some things, but not everything, is a progression. Yeah, what he said. I got a whole playlist. I do. RDJ is Iron Man always irked me. Y'all getting into it. Yep. Toby is Spider-Man, which is debatable. Hugh is Wolverine. Nothing to compare it against. Poke said, as an artist myself, I feel that any sci-fi movie could be reality in another universe. So movies are just glimpses into another reality type thinking. That is indeed one way of looking at it, Poke. That is indeed one way of looking at it. As long as you start with the bones of the character as your framework, radically changing a character leads to backlash from the fans. And that, Poke, is why we have the Council of Wakanda and the Black Panther film group, or fan group, excuse me, dedicated to the preservation of the situation that is birthed in Fantastic Four number 52. Not Shuri, not Hunter, not Casper Cole, not Eric Killmonger, and show not T'Challa. This T'Challa, the Black Panther, the wellspring through which all other Panthers, past and present, flow. George Reeves is the true Superman. Superman wouldn't have shot himself. I just feel like you lost points, George. You really lost points for that. At least when I found out that was what he did, I'm like, oh man. Reeves, Ralph, then Cavill. Nah. Well, not for me. Maybe that's how you, but me is Reeves, Cavill. Shit. I would be willing to put Smallville over Ralph. Tom Welling. Yeah. I used to rock with some Smallville heavy. Panther's Rage sounds dope. Yes, it is dope. And bear in mind, when you are perusing that story about Black Panther in Wakanda, surrounded by Wakandans, friend and foe, a palm-colored fellow wrote that story. And as we say around here, Don McGregor is forever invited to the barbecue. That should give you some inkling of how dope that story was. Not to mention definitive. The Supremacist was wicked. I read that one a few months ago. Yeah. 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 That was crazy. Hit the likes, y'all. Hit the Lizzie likes. We have 55 years worth of Black Panther stories right in this group. Chief historians, myself and Theo B, according to Grand Madam. I try to be humble, Poke. I try. Keita says she want to see the Cavalrine. I want to see that little short Wolverine. Sometimes the fans don't matter when artistic right is taken. Lord of the Rings, for example. And that is why we don't stay silent. Around here, Poke, we talk about things like what would have happened to the civil rights movement if Rosa Parks would have just got up and sat in the back. If Malcolm X would have continued to sell heroin and break in people's houses. If W.E.B. Du Bois never wrote The Souls of Black folk. I let y'all marinate on that one. I dislike deconstruction of characters. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and all that. To a certain degree, if it builds that character, like for instance, Blood Hunt, T'Challa got water manipulation, hydrokinesis, and electricity manipulation out of that exchange. That's good development. Even though they don't show none of it, they didn't say it was gone, so I'm gonna assume it's still there. You know, T'Challa like to throw stuff out on people and go surprise. So it could be like that. Yeah. Fans matter. Lord of the Rings rely heavily on fans to watch repeatedly. Damn. Gerard Christopher. That was Superboy in the Superboy TV series. Say Don brings top tier potato salad to the barbecue. If Jimmy stayed in the army. It isn't superhero fatigue, it's poor writing and massive deviation from the bones of the story. Sure, some changes can be made, but you got to stick to the points. Facts. Gray said Christopher Reeve, Tyler Hoechlin, Henry Cavill, Tom Welling. I must admit, Tyler Hoechlin is beginning to grow on me. I watched Superman and Lois last night. I was telling the lady about it. It's like, hey, this is actually not bad. And, you know, dude fills out the suit. Unlike David Cornsweat, who looked like a fat guy cosplaying in a tight suit. And it's like, I'm not seeing what everybody's seeing when they got that picture of him flying like he's dope. And I'm like, that suit's puffy. And it draws is on the outside and it don't look cool. I never realized how crazy draws on the outside of your clothes look. It's crazy. Said it was another show in the 80s, but I don't remember them. Tyler is a good voice actor too. His Final Fantasy VII Sephiroth is damn good. Huh. Said Jimi Hendrix, he was a paratrooper for a short stint. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Okay. Gotcha. Hey, y'all. It's Christmas, but I got me some action figures. Y'all want to see them? I've been getting them out of the package while I was, conducting this video simultaneously because I can do things like that. I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that. I'm cool. So yeah, I'm focusing on doing me, y'all. And some of the things I plan on doing, I'm just doing them because I want to see it happen. And I know it can happen. Action figure wise is what I'm talking about. So Poke, I don't know how you are about action figures, but every now and then I will unbox something snazzy. I will unbox something that makes everybody go, ooh. At least that's not my intent, but it ends up turning out that way because action figures. I am a action figure collector and kit basher and sometimes customizer. And there are some customizers here in the chat. Ray Smith customizes action figures quite well, I might add. And my brother Theo does as well. Now, here's what's going on. I decided I was going to pick up a few action figures. Because I wanted to. Let me read Poke's comment, then we're gonna get in these figures. He said there's some show on Freebie called Krypton, if I remember right, about Superman's past, but someone from his time goes back to try and save him. Was taking care of a newborn at the time. Can't remember. Yeah, that show never caught on. I wasn't feeling it. Anyway. All right. I just want y'all to know I am currently on a Green Lantern kick. I am wanting to collect enough different Green Lanterns to where I have enough, to form my own core. I know they have a Green Lantern that has both the head of Abin Sur and Tomar-Re. So that's like 2 for the price of 1. I know they've got a Katma Tui, a Kilowog, and then there's another Kilowog they just released with Kyle Rayner. So that's quite a few there. I know there's an Arisia, and there's a few more Green Lanterns that I already have. So here's what we're doing. Action figure wise in the neighborhood of Green Lanterns. Now, I thought real hard about getting, you can't make a Green Lantern core without the Green Lantern. No, not Alan Scott. But I should get Alan Scott. This is the Green Lantern I decided to pick up, the Hal Jordan Green Lantern, because he's shiny. Now, I don't know if that he's ever come with a boxing glove. Has Green Lantern Hal Jordan ever come with a boxing glove? No? Then guess what? Let me clip him out. Get him out of here. Yeah, that is. Oh, you got to take that freaking finger off. I think. Well, let's see. And my guy has the boxing glove. He's always socking folks with a boxing glove, ain't he? So, yeah, that's dope. And Hal comes with what I would call a rather useless accessory. What the hell Hal Jordan need with a jetpack? Don't he already fly without the ring? I mean, without having to do. I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but I could have thought of way more items to give Hal besides a daggum rocket pack. And you can already fly from having the ring. Don't understand what McFarlane was thinking about there. 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10. That's where I'm at with it. So that Hal Jordan is nice. Okay. Who asked? Who asked? You got Simon Bass. Boy. Oh, he's still tied up. Excuse me, Mom. Who am I? And how do I get down? Yes, I do have Simon Bass. And you know what? I'll do you even better than that, sir. Not only do I have this Simon Bass, I got evil Simon Bass. Crime Syndicate Simon Bass. So, yeah. There you go. He's got the, rather than the Green Lantern symbol, he's got the Volthoom symbol. So you see them side by side. They look like they're about to wrestle. So yeah, there goes Simon. And Simon, both Simons come with the same type of accessories. I don't know, like some kind of like gauntlet. Fits on the ring hand. So there's a gauntlet. He of course has his power battery. And he's got two beating and bludgeoning weapons. That look like that will hurt. And of course, hammer. Hammer, I am. Oh, and then another thing, I don't know if y'all can see those up close, but if you've ever had like anime toys, they have this thing where you can like detach a face and give them a different expression. And both Simon Bazes have a change of face. That sounds weird saying it. A change of face. instead of a change of pace. You see, see. Anyway, so yeah, I'm on my Green Lantern shit. So, and y'all know, y'all don't even have to ask. You know, I got John Stewart. I got like John Stewart's, multiple John Stewarts. So yeah, if there's a question, if I got John Stewart, I got John Stewart in spades. I got multiple John Stewarts. Feel me? Do I have Kilowog? I think, Keita. If I do have Kilowog, he's out in my shed. So that's where he gonna stay. At least till it, warm up a little bit. I ain't finna go out there and deal with that tomfoolery. Now, also, because I decided I wanted to deviate. See, you guys, y'all gotta slow down, man, and let a brother do what he do. Anansi said, there's a Mr. Terrific action figure from McFarlane Toys in which you can change his face. You don't say. Now, and for those of you who are paying attention, yes, that jacket is made out of material. That's actually a cloth jacket there. I don't like the fact that it doesn't say fair play on it. It should say fair play on it. As promised, yes, he's got 2 change of faces and T-spheres galore. So there you go. We got Michael Holt in the building. There's also a version of the same Mr. Terrific, but the mask is red instead of black. I've started to get that version because that was the version of him, that he depicted in the Mr. Terrific series. So yeah, that part. So this is how I'm rocking it. This is what I'm doing, y'all. And the jacket comes off too, just so as you know. And you got a Mr. Terrific without the jacket. There you go. He's kind of muscular, huh? He got fair play tatted on his arms. Okay, I can go with that. Nice. Nice. I likes that. So there we go. Michael Holt, 3rd smartest man in the world in DC Universe. I don't know, man. I think that's not good. You know what I'm saying? I think he probably could rival Lex Luthor and exceed him in some places. You know what I'm saying? I know he's smarter than Bruce. Bruce got plot armor all day, man. I'm just like, why y'all keep trying to protect Bruce and make him the smartest and the toughest and the baddest and the prettiest and the most getting chicks? And you know what I'm saying? Same thing with Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, don't nobody want to see Tony Stark. I'm tired of seeing Tony Stark. And last, but certainly not least, because I'm into horror and all of that kind of stuff and blase, whoop-de-whoop, I copped this. Now, for those of you that don't recognize it, these are the League of Assassins who took a man bat formula and became man bat men. And you saw them during the I believe it was the Son of Batman animated movie. The wings are actual, you know what I'm saying, rubbery like material. And the swords actually come off the back and fit in hand. So you have a katana wielding man bat character. That's a nice visual. That's a very nice visual. And if I want to go outside the box and use my imagination, I could make him a vampire who goes against a werewolf. I might even do that photo shoot. That looks like a photo shoot worth doing. Clark said he was smarter than Bruce all day. Yeah, not quite Langstrom. More like a assassin that took Langstrom's formula on orders of Ra's al Ghul. I wouldn't mind having a man bat. I like Langstrom. He's featured prominently in Batman Full Moon. So I'm kind of curious. I'm ready to rock to issue 3 of that and see what's going on with him, and how old Batsy is faring in the world of lycanthropy. Yeah. So that's all the, well, it's not all the stuff. I got Ronin, comic book version of Ronin. I don't like that pouty baby mouth Ronin that was complaining all through Guardians of the Galaxy. So this guy right here might even be tempted to break my Marvel out and do some images of that. Yes, that is a nice Ronin, Theo. I like it. I also got Joe Fix-It. I ordered them off of the Hasbro site because they was, woo, I couldn't pass that price up. Had to. Say that looks cool, but hella impractical in combat. Those wings getting in the way of true dexterity. Or he has a style of fighting that incorporates flight. Say stop. Hammer time. That's a big old hammer, ain't it? Do 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 do. Can't touch this. Do 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 do. Oh. I'm getting back in, y'all. I'm getting back in, y'all. Holla at your boy. I'm getting back into the D&D. Got to go. Subbed up to you, dude. I'll be back. Got to go. Thanks for having me. Peace. Thanks for pulling up tonight. I think we had this conversation before. No, there is not an Ollie's up here. And the way y'all talk about it, I really, really wish we did have one. My My sources for action figures are Target, Walmart, GameStop, and then there is a specialty calendar store here in the mall that also sells action figures. So, and of course, ordering them. So I think I get what I want to get. It's usually pretty available. You say Ollie's is addictive, huh? Is what it is, y'all. Is what it is. And you know what? You know what? We done smooth crept up on Q&A. It's Q&A time, kids. You want to learn some shit? Then ask some questions. I want to learn some stuff because y'all going to teach me. The beginning of knowledge is knowing that you do not know nothing. So hopefully it will be a learning moment for the both of us, for the Rock With Me Nation and for your mans in them. So go ahead, Q&A time, Q&A, what you got to say? Q&A. Let's get it pizzapping. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. I give you a couple shakety shakes. Get where we need to be. Get where we need to be. Question pregunta, por favor. Question pregunta, por favor. I got a question. When we gonna see this T'Challa again? I want to see T'Challa get down like that once or twice in the comics. That would be diggity dope. You know what I'm saying? And I would love to dive into, like, how much magic he can wield. Is it sympathetic, or you know what I'm saying? Can he openly just cast spells and stuff like that? I want to see that application. I see the comments kind of swelling up a little bit. What we got? D&D. What story would you love to see as an animated adaptation? Any damn thing with Drizzt and Gwen IR in it. Anything. You can have Caddy Bree, whoever. I would love to see, or maybe do a 3-movie arc of Drizzt. You know what I'm saying? You know Drizzt's my guy. I would love to see something on him. Or I would love to see a Dungeons and Dragons movie, bring back Dungeons and Dragons, like the show, like Dungeons and Dragons with Venger and Hank and Bobby and all of those guys, but serious. You know what I mean? Like they had a brief cameo of them in that Dungeons and Dragons movie. I would love to see something that focuses on them. You know what I'm saying? That would be dope. Yeah, I agree. Bring back that T'Challa. I want to see that T'Challa. Do you think the current Avengers series has been a dud since Storm joined? Storm joined in issue 17. I believe it was. We're talking about the Jed McKay run. Storm joined in issue 17, I want to say. And somebody give me that. I know it's been less than 5 issues. can I see some kind of story develop first? Because right now, all we got is fanfare and, Storm just, haha, here I am. Look, it's Storm. I'm in the Avengers, but we haven't really gotten into a direction. It's kind of like, I don't know, there's some people that's old enough to remember in this chat when Monica Rambeau first joined the Avengers. It was awkward. And I believe that was the Al Milgrom, Roger Stern run on Avengers, where I don't think he really knew how to write Monica. But then as the stories progressed and she started coming into her own during the Skrull storyline, and then we met Nebula and all of that kind of stuff, it got good. But my thing is, let's wait. You know what I'm saying? And you, it's perfectly up to you. You can be like, FUD, I'm tired of waiting. This shit's boring, bro. It's boring. I understand. I get it. And you read what you like, and you stop reading what you don't like. I get that too. But I feel like they haven't even hit their stride with Storm yet. I mean, Sam talked to her, said, please come join the Avengers. She came to join the Avengers. They had like one meetup with Doom, because Doom telling them, I got some plans for y'all, and kind of test them, and that kind of a thing. She ain't got to do nothing yet. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, maybe it's just she joined, but that story's going to develop eventually. Some of the stories we want to see are going to develop, and all I say is don't give up on it before something happens. Then you're going to be coming running back and trying to catch up and get all them stories in between. Oh, what happened? What led up to this? So something going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Even if it ain't nothing but the ashy combine, as Kamoyo call it. What if the ashy combine bust out? You know what I'm saying? Make it happen. Don't leave before the miracle happens. Did I see the recent emergency awesome video on BP3? Yes, I saw it, but I didn't want to dive in yet. I will check that out after I get out of here and see what Emergency Awesome had to say about it. Might be a video forthcoming, depending on what they said. Yeah, bring back T'Challa doing it, being bloodthirsty and saying, y'all come messing with Wakanda, I'm chopping your head off and I'm putting it on a pike. Has a sister written Storm yet? Don't know. I would have to do some research. How hyped is your local Blurred crew for Captain America Brave New World? A lot of people listen to me, and a lot of people talk to me, and we engage and talk about these kind of things, and I tell them basically what they getting with this new Captain America movie, and it's like, is this movie about Captain America? Or is this movie about Captain America viewed peripherally amongst a host of other characters? Don't know. Me personally, not hyped for it. I mean, I ain't hyped for nothing MCU, if we're being honest. For purely reporting purposes, I perused season 3 of What If. I didn't finish it because I saw all I needed to see, and I was like, so yeah, as T'Challa said, I don't care. Cap Hulk adjacent movie. What's the purpose? I mean, you got the Serpent Society, and they ain't even gonna be in the movie long, from what I read in the synopsis. Saber ain't doing nothing Saber-like. Sidewinder ain't got on no costume. There's Serpent Society in this movie, but don't nobody look serpenty. Don't nobody look like a serpent. Got Isaiah Bradley. I'm like, what the hell is Isaiah doing? He old man beating up people and jumping out windows. And I don't know. It's just, yeah. The usual ham-fisted fake representation. That ain't representing me. You know what I mean? And you got Sam looking like a clown. I mean, you know what? I'm going to stop right there. I'm not going to say anything else crazy. I would just... Now, if we want to talk about a movie, let's talk about Nosferatu. Bruh. Oopsie. Y'all need to go see Nosferatu. That shit was on fire. I'm dead ass serious. Nosferatu, it was... I went thinking... But it's very sexually charged, but it's also horror. And if you're into horror, it's a good movie. It is a decent retelling of the story of Dracula without it being Dracula. Listen to some of the names that are in this movie. Okay. Johnny Depp's daughter plays Ellen Hutter. Nicholas Hoult plays Thomas Hutter. Harker. They occupy the same space as Jonathan and Mina Harker. You got Bill Skarsgård. Yes, it himself, playing the role of Count Orlok. Creepy. It's more heavy-handed. You know what I mean? To me, there's a scene where Thomas Hutter goes to Orlok's castle to have him sign the papers so he can come to the castle. And it's a German town in this movie instead of an English town. So it's like right up the road, like a couple days up the road. And he's coming to town. Bless me. He's coming to town to get at Ellen because he's telepathically... Bless me again. He's been communicating with her telepathically because he's like, hey, you my girl, and I'm coming to get with you. And if you don't let me get with you, I'm gonna make everybody you love suffer. And he does a little bit. He ain't no punk. He ain't no punk at all. And Willem Dafoe is in the movie playing Professor Albin Eberhard von Franz. Von Helsing. He occupies that same space as Von Helsing. Frederick Harding is played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, and his wife Anna Harding. I think their Lucy was Sterna, and one other, whoever the other guy, the American guy was, who came to hunt. So and then Ralph Ineson is Dr. Wilhelm Seward, same guy. And then Simon McBurney is Knock, who is playing the role of, well, similar to Renfield. So Nosferatu, I would recommend. And I hear it's doing pretty damn good at the box office. It's a 7.8 out of 10. $50 million budget. Opening weekend, 21 million. And it is currently at 56 million. Somebody asked if it was Bram Stokerish. A little more gothic than Bram Stoker's Dracula. A little more gothic. We never really get like a direct look at the vampire until like way later into the movie. And like I said, he was kind of stank to Nicholas Holt's character when he was signing the paperwork, just like, shut up, I don't talk to you, sign the paper, blah, blah, blah. And then, ooh. Oh, thank y'all for the blessings. Thrice blessed like the armor, I shall not sneeze anymore. Okay, I received that. Penny Dreadful. As far as the level of blood, gore, and sex, yeah, because the movie, like I said, is very sexually charged, and it was actually filmed in the Czech Republic in Transylvania. Bruh. Yeah. Yeah, boy, highly recommends Nosferatu. And I know I went off the deep end, but no more questions for me? You ain't got nothing else for me? You got no questions for me? Yep, it's a color remake of a black and white movie. I think they made another Nosferatu in the 70s with Klaus Kinski in the title role. But yeah, the one with Mark Schreck, excuse me, remains the Nosferatu everybody most remembers. Also, too, Nosferatu in this movie looks nothing like Max Schreck's character. He looks more like what Count Dracula would really look like. Oh. Okay. You, sir, must be talking about this right here. It's Blumhouse. Disregard the image of Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling was slated to play the title role in this movie, but it ended up going to what's my man's name? You don't even got it on here. There we go. Julie Garner, who's playing the Silver Surfer, she's in it, and Christopher Abbott. He's in Craven the Hunter too. I don't know if anybody's seen Craven the Hunter. If you have seen Craven the Hunter, let me know what it's like. If I don't need to fool with it, I won't. But it's a twist on the original. Oh, excuse me, that's Benicio del Toro, if I'm not mistaken. You know me, I'm about the werewolf life, so yeah, we definitely pulling up for the Wolfman. It's more of a modern time period. And there's already another werewolf out there, and he ends up biting this dad, and the dad's hiding out with his daughter and his wife, played by Julie Garner, and starts turning. So I guess my question is, did they kill the first werewolf, or do they got two werewolves to contend with? Two werewolves for the price of one. That's always bad. If you are referring to Nosferatu, yes. Yeah. The thing about it though, when they show him, he never fully comes out of the shadows. So Nicholas Holt's character can see him. And we see his hands go by and they look, big and dark, and he got fingernails. And so, I mean, you never really get that full shot until. And when he would bite people, he didn't bite them on the neck. This motherfucker's so big and huge, he had to bite mugs in their sternum. You know what I'm saying? And it was, I was like, that's kind of disturbing, So, yeah, I mean, and he drink blood. You think, you drink blood and get healthier looking, and where he could come out in public. He drink blood and stay looking raunchy. So, yeah, it is cool because there was a lot of other stuff going on in the movie. Speaking of werewolves, did you like that wolf movie with Jack Nicholson, Michelle Pfeiffer, and James Spader? I liked it okay, but I wouldn't necessarily call that a werewolf movie, Anansi, because I don't know. It was something about that movie. I liked a lot of it, but like the wolf parts where he's turned into a wolf was rather interesting. If I had to pick a werewolf movie, they say it was like a commercial flop, but I liked that Wolfman with Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins. That was the shiznit. That was, I don't know what people was on, man. Like, I like it. That movie was good. What you talking about? And the effects with the Wolfman, it's just like he'd be up on two legs, and then he start running, and he get down on all fours, and he hit a mug like a linebacker coming off the line of scrimmage and meeting somebody, like bow, and they just both over by a werewolf. And he was eviscerating and goring. So that's pretty much all you can hope for Wolfman or werewolf or lycanthrope. Take your pick. Silver Bullet. A little cheesy, but it did what it was supposed to do for the era it was in. Werewolf movies in that same time frame that were better. The Howling. I like The Howling over Silver Bullet. I liked An American Werewolf in London over Silver Bullet. They just don't give werewolf movies enough love. You know what I mean? It's like you make a vampire movie all day. Vampire, 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 vampire. But when it comes to werewolf, they just don't get that love. I thought so too, Panthro. I thought so too, Kamoyo. I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was dope. Werewolf TV series. Um, I liked Teen Wolf, the series. It was decent for what it was, and Tyler Hoechlin was in it. I liked it. I watched like the first couple seasons of it when they started getting into the hunters, and his girlfriend was a hunter. He found out, and so yeah, it was interesting. They just didn't get wolfy enough for me. I would have liked to see them more wolf like. It just seemed like the eyes and they go claws and get a little hairy, but didn't get no really, really real wolf like features. Howling is the Star Wars of werewolf movies. Oh, and of course, I know they aren't exactly werewolf movies, but Underworld. I mean, Rise of the Lycans was, but Underworld. I like the Underworld movies. And Kevin Grievous as Ray's. Who got that voice? Listen. That man, goodness. Werewolf the series. It was good for what it was. I thought you just meant a werewolf series, but yeah, Werewolf was good for what it was. Teen Wolf. I'm just saying, not the movie. I mean, you ever notice how in a movie is dumb and ignorant and you make a parody of it, but then they decide to get serious and make a TV show? Bruh. Teen Wolf the TV show, much better than Teen Wolf the movie, in my opinion. Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show, much better than Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie, by far. Okay, so understand. Depends on who doing what, how it turns out. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can make it better. Sometimes you can make it better. Yep. Skinwalkers. I don't know what the heck those were. Like cat demon lycanthrope things. I don't know that, but it was, yeah, the mom and the son had like kind of a freaky Oedipus thing going on. Yeah, that was an interesting movie. Dog Soldiers for the win. Yeah, Dog Soldiers was dope. Look at y'all. I see that y'all are some werewolf fans in the Heezy. Pick up Werewolf by Night. Pick up the red tag. Well, it's a red tag book. Pick up Werewolf by Night. It's got Elsa Bloodstone in it. It's good. It's a good book. It's a good book. Did you read Werewolf by Night back in the day, in the 70s? Where they had that? Because I had the Werewolf by Night both appearances of Moon Knight. My sister took my comic books and threw them in the trash. So we was fighting. We got into an argument, and she went and got my box of comics and it was all kind of stuff in the trash. So I couldn't reach in there and get them. Then I don't think I've seen Skinwalkers. I will have to get on that. What about Ginger Snaps? Oh my goodness. Oh, the 90s. The 90s. Okay. Okay. What's going on this weekend, y'all? Of course, you know, Friday vibing with me and Theo. That's finna be a thing. That's get ready to be on and popping all the way, all day. So get your body in gear, get your mind in gear. You know what I'm saying? Get what's gonna mellow you out and have you ready for the situation and come in, as they say, in church, ready to receive. Because I got some, Theo got some, and together y'all gonna get a bunch. So same channel, same bad time, same bad channel. Me and Theo be right here tomorrow, same time. Pull up. Okay. Ulanga da Gala. Wow. Hotamataneo. Interesting. Okay. Beer run tomorrow. Well, maybe you can get a head start on that and make it happen because I believe I am ready to call it an evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Thank you, y'all, for pulling up. I didn't expect y'all to pull up this quick. I didn't expect y'all to pull up this deep. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Like I said, this is the spot. Every Thursday, we're going to be doing something. Every Friday, well, not every because I wasn't there last Friday, but when there ain't something special happening, I will be here providing the provisions and getting down for the get down. Look at Paul Martin. Dr. Glitter Knight is the one who sent the Moon Knight to capture him, and he riddled him with crescent darts, silver tipped, no doubt. But yeah, y'all, make sure y'all pull up tomorrow. We're gonna be doing it just like this. One more again. Period, point blank. That's it for now, y'all. But fret not, I will be coming at y'all with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.